Greetings, cyberspace. It is Terracin, your favorite cyber bitch here. I have decided I'm going to do a stream. It's probably going to be only about 4 hours, or an hour long. Not 4 hours. Fuck 4 hours.
That's my stream that does the 4 hours.
Yeah, well,
they kidnapped me.
Yes, I have a chain around his neck.
They kidnapped a Dargan, and Dargan can't go nowhere. And right now they got me kidnapped, and they're forcing me to listen about lesbians.
That is some dick move shit I would do to fuck with people.
All right, so I have with me today in my panel. We will start from my left. Oh, look, it's Vash the Dargan.
Hi, I'm the Dargan. I play video games, usually around now, but I'm over here and I'm saying hi to everybody.
We have the voice of Burnside. Burnside!
Yep. Yeah, I'm here. I just didn't hear you. The goddamn Rahm Emanuel fucking with the Wi-Fi. I swear, I'm going to have that rat bastard impeached. He keeps fucking with me. And all those stupid sodomites who think marching up and down the fucking north side's gonna do something. No, fuckers. Ugh. I hate my fellow protesters. Idiots.
All right, we also have Nano Reaper.
Hey, people. What's going on?
We have Sparky's Tech Corner.
Hello.
And we have Tyro and Koei.
Hello everyone. It's been a little while. Finished up an episode of Moonifest, then I jumped onto Sparky's. Now I'm doing this one, so I'm gonna do a triple stream. Haven't done that in a while.
Cool. Have you received the level up
yet? You want to keep going on to my stream after this one?
No, I have to go to bed. I have a day job. It's just my hours tomorrow start in the afternoon, so I can stay up a little bit.
All right, so who here has heard about the Ruby Rose scandal?
No idea. Please inform me.
Ruby Rose exits Twitter amid Batwoman casting backlash.
Yeah.
Actress Ruby Rose has deleted her Twitter profile amid backlash over her casting as Batwoman in a TV series. The Australian, who describes herself as gender fluid, and there's a video that proves she really is, confirmed last week she would play the first openly lesbian superhero lead. Many celebrated the castings, but others suggested she was not right, saying a lesbian should play the character.
Well, she is a lesbian, so that makes no sense.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. I mean, mind you, anyone could play Batwoman who is good at the role. I mean, Scarlett Johansson could totally be Batwoman. I mean, I think that would be fine. You know,
but she's already signed over her life to Disney to do Black Widow.
I know. I was joking. I was making references because Scarlett Johansson, remember, got tapped to play a trans man, and so everyone screamed and yelled about it. So she ended up getting booted from that movie. Now the movie's probably not going to happen at all. It's like, congratulations, you played yourself, LGBT community. You know, you were going to get this movie about an icon of a trans man, and now you get nothing, zero, nada. You lose. You know,
see, that's the problem I have with the
Good day, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so before deleting her account, Rose dismissed the criticism as the most ridiculous thing. Where on earth did Ruby is not lesbian, therefore cannot be Batwoman come from, she wrote. Yeah. I came out at 12, and for the past 5 years have had to deal with she's too gay. She also wrote, when women and when minorities join forces, we are unstoppable. When we tear each other down, it's much more hurtful than from any group. But hey, love a challenge.
You see, that's the problem with the whole sodomite movement as a whole, and I call it that because I used to be a general supporter of like the Gay Rights Incorporated, as I call it, because I couldn't keep up with the fucking acronyms. But nowadays, it's just become absorbed into the greater Maoist cult of insanity. That's, you know, like all the fucking hashtag this, hashtag that, and all the whole Babavakian nonsense, because it's not about, you know, equality and rights and, you know, getting along with everybody. It's about, no, fuck you, I have super rights because I am progressive Maoist something or other, and you must surrender your rights to me, or I will, you know, destroy your livelihood with hashtags and crazy shit and people that have sex with burning garbage cans. You know,
childhood. Rose said that she would be taking a Twitter break so she can focus on her work. She also tightened her Instagram comment settings. Childhood dream. Some on Twitter pointed out that the series production company, the CW Network, had promised that a lesbian actress would be picked to play the character, who as well as being lesbian is also Jewish, to improve lesbian representation on screen. Okay, so it's not enough that in the Arrowverse that the White Canary is a lesbian.
Oh, but yeah, they play up the whole female.
Actually, they have her being now completely lesbian. She doesn't even go towards men. The last man she even kissed was Captain Cold.
Right. Yes, true. Well, no. She banged Constantine.
I haven't seen that episode. I haven't seen any of Constantine. They don't have it on Netflix.
No. It was on the most recent.
It's in Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she banged Constantine. So
I'm still watching Legends of Tomorrow. I haven't seen that yet.
Sorry, spoilers.
I've got a question with all this. Now, you said that they're putting on a Jewish lesbian for more or less diplomacy or representation or some type of socio-political something or other. Since when the fuck did television become a goddamn embassy for rights? Okay, there's a reason why there are rights groups and actual embassies and other professional firms that you can go to for shit like this. Television is entertainment. It's not a fucking, you know, UN embassy hall or some crazy shit like that. The thing they should fucking worry about is not getting the most shekel-shecking lesbian out there that can, you know, suck carpet through a garden hose. They should focus on, okay, we're wanting you for the role of this particular character. How well can you do the character? Done. Yeah. That's it. That's all they should fucking focus on.
Exactly. I mean, when Wild Wild West came out, I was not happy with the fact that, and mind you, I love Will Smith as an actor. I wasn't happy about the fact that they had a black man playing Jim West. Yeah, because I grew up on the old ones.
He also wasn't very good at it, unfortunately. Same with him and Kevin Kline were just terrible in that film.
Oh, they really were. It was a funny film. They purposely they realized that they had to rewrite the script. That's why it took a while for it to come out, for it to be more of a comedy.
Yeah, as a comedy, it was good, but yeah, I feel you guys with that. It's like you botched the role, damn it.
Well, even as a, I don't know. I felt they had no chemistry. Like Kline and Smith, I felt like they had no chemistry, and a lot of the lines felt really flat for me. Like, I mean, maybe some of the jokes worked, but I remember not liking it that much. It was not one of Smith's better performances.
No,
and mind you, I don't like Kline very much. I think Kline has only done two funny films: Fish Named Wanda and Fierce Creatures. I think those are the only two he did anything where I laughed.
All right, so one of the people tweeted saying, not only does Ruby Rose not identify as a lesbian, bullshit, yes she does.
Yes, she does.
Wait. Does she lick pussy?
Yes.
Yes. She does not, and she has a vagina.
Yeah.
She's a lesbian.
Yeah.
End of story.
And she doesn't have sex with men, so that's the other thing.
But she's not Jewish either. So they basically lied about wanting an actor that represented the diversity to stay true to who Batwoman is, and instead just picked a hot white person that isn't too gay to offend the straights.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
For
crying out loud, okay? Let's not forget what television exists for. It exists to make money. All right? If you put the character they want in there, a 400-pound, half their head shaved, fucking fuchsia-colored hair, that's about 80% body fat as the main. It's first of all, there's a spin. There will be no one will believe it because it's Batwoman that's too fat to get over a goddamn wall. Second of all, ugly, and so therefore no one's gonna watch it because let's face it, any show like this, it's people are fantasizing about fucking the lead character, and end all be all. Yeah. The main people that watch these TV shows are 14-year-old boys.
Yeah. Yep. Like, the reason they emphasize White Canary making out with girls is because girls making out with girls is hot. Male gaze is a thing. Pandering to it makes you money. So Ruby Rose is a real-life lesbian, but she's a real-life lesbian that guys do find attractive because, hey, she's got pretty nice boobs. You know, if you're into the tattoo thing, and some guys aren't, some guys are. I mean, she has the short hair, but she makes it work. I mean, she's got a nice body. So there we go. And that's so her being cast as Batwoman. I don't know if she can do a good job in the role. I don't know if she's a good actress. I really don't. I can't speak to her acting ability. So I don't know how that stacks up, but she's not a terrible pick. Like, if you have to pick a lesbian to play a lesbian.
They also have an openly lesbian female character in Black Lightning. It's actually, Thunder.
Yeah.
So it's not like she's going to be the first openly lesbian. She is probably the first actual lesbian actress to play a lesbian.
Right. Yeah, that's important. That's important to distinction. Yeah.
I would say no, because there was that whole L series thing that my sister made me watch religiously.
Oh, you mean the letter L?
Yeah.
Yeah. The L word?
Yeah, the L word.
Yeah, but that wasn't about superheroes, though.
No.
Oh, I must have been
I'm pretty sure that wasn't superheroes. If that was about superheroes, that was like Unbreakable level superheroes, where it's like, wait, what? Very understated.
It must have been the two of us just getting plastered.
I got out of watching it when it got more into they're all having sex with each other. Because it's like I was watching it for the character dynamics and everything, not to watch them, fuck each other.
Wait, were they at least attractive?
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, the whole cast is attractive. Like, my dyke sister and I, we basically hang out, get plastered, eat pizza, and watch that show and just laugh our asses off and make jokes on it. That's like the one thing we do all the time. And like when it got later on in the series, we just started making obscene sex jokes. It was great shit.
Yeah. As soon as I realized that, like, the entire, I think it was fourth season is nothing but them having sex, it was like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
All right, so someone else tweeted saying, you can dislike Ruby Rose for whatever reason, but what you're not going to do is say that she somehow isn't gay enough to play a lesbian character. Okay, folks. Another person tweeted, some people are complaining that Ruby Rose isn't Jewish, so she can't play Batwoman. Some even falsely accused her of not being a lesbian. Some said she wasn't a good enough actor. Some wondered why they didn't cast an unknown actress for the part.
Is the Jewish thing really a factor at this point, or is it more pandering? Because
it's more pandering.
I've seen like a... Oh, okay. I have a solution.
The point is they weren't going to be happy unless it was some amorphous blob that looks like they do.
So I'm gonna do a screen share so that everyone can see, because there's a comparison picture. She actually looks like Batwoman.
Yeah, she, with the right makeup and wig, yeah, she could pull it off. Yeah.
Look at this. She looks like Batwoman.
Oops.
Am I presenting to everyone? I don't think I am.
There you go.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, go ahead.
Present to everyone.
There we are.
There we go.
Close enough.
Oh, and you gave the link to everybody. Oh no.
Just about right. That's just about right. That her chin is a little bit more protruded in that, but other than that,
it's also a different angle.
Yes, different angles. Batwoman's is from an upward angle for the quote unquote camera, and she has her head lifted a bit. From other images I saw through Clownfish TV, she looks like her.
Yeah. I mean, she has the right body type.
Yeah, she definitely has the right body type. I could see her pulling it off fairly well.
Ruby Rose's Instagram. The bat is out of the bag, and I'm beyond thrilled and honored. I'm also an emotional wreck because this is a childhood dream. This is something I would have died to have seen on TV when I was a young member of the LGBT community who never felt represented on TV and felt alone and different. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, God.
Oh,
the series will see Rose play Batwoman and alter ego Kate Kane, and is expected to air late 2019, early 2020.
Yep.
Kate Kane has been openly gay since 2006 in an effort by DC Comics to make its publications more diverse. Rose will make her debut as Batwoman in a crossover episode involving other characters from the DC universe.
Right.
She is actually part of the Arrowverse.
Yeah. So she's going to be get the basically a backdoor pilot in a crossover event.
Yes.
So like last time they had Crisis on Earth X. So this time they're going to do they're going to go to Gotham City. Something's going to involve Gotham City. They're going to meet Batwoman, and then if it goes over well enough, Batwoman gets her own series, and they get yet another title for the Arrowverse.
Cool. I have one question. Are they going to, because of the pandering bullshit, are they going to downplay her gunplay? Because that's the one thing I liked as her character is in the few bits of animated series and movies that I've seen her in, is I just love her gunplay. I'm just like, ooh, yes, the hyper lethal Bat Dyke. That's fucking cool, because I thought it was really neat. Like at first, Batman's like, you're not really part of the Bat family, you're just an impersonator, and she's just flinging around firearms and shit, just taking out dudes left and right. And she's like, no, I just do the same shit you do. I'm just not afraid to use guns. And I was like, ooh, I like this dynamic. It's fucking cool. Because it makes like a nice yin,
All right. DC comic heroes depicted on the CW network have faced all manner of foes, but one of the most insidious may be social media.
Specifically, lesbians on social media. Yeah. Well, I mean, basically, this is the Tumblr crowd. I mean, I think we can agree that this is the Tumblr crowd going after them, because that's the only ones who would be this hardcore. Ruby Rose is a lesbian, but she plays the male gaze. They hate the male gaze. There's a bad pun there. It's in there. Yeah, the gays hate the gays. There we go.
Days after the CW announced the casting actress Ruby Rose as Batwoman, a role that she said was a childhood dream to play, Miss Rose quit Twitter. She posted on Saturday that she was deleting her account to focus on her next two projects, as part of the decision was likely related to the backlash by some of the fans against her casting. DC Comics reintroduced the character of Kate Kane, who fights crime as Batwoman, in 2006. Kate was presented as a wealthy socialite who had a past relationship with Renee Montoya, an ex-police detective in Gotham City. Later, a story revealed that Kate is Jewish. The complaints about the casting of Miss Rose include assertions that she's not lesbian, is not Jewish, and does not have the acting skills to play the role of Batwoman. Here's the thing, okay? For the most part, CW has grabbed people that aren't well known for their parts. The girl that, mind you, Supergirl started on CBS and then was pulled over to CW because CW already had The Flash and Arrow. Those are all unknown people. The guy that plays Oliver Queen or the Green Arrow, unknown before the Arrow. Now, John Diggle, I recognized him as an actor.
Yeah, he was in Blue Bloods.
I've never watched Blue Bloods.
You really should. It's an excellent cop show.
I am burnt out on fucking cop shows.
Oh, but it's got Tom Selleck. It's got the Tom Selleck mustache.
It also has Donnie Wahlberg from New Kids on the Block.
Yeah,
and I still don't give a shit.
No, he's also a much better actor than his brother. Like, Donnie Wahlberg has the acting chops.
I like Mark Wahlberg's acting better.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. The chick that plays White Canary, the chick that plays Black Canary, the chick playing Felicity, the guy that plays the Flash or Barry Allen. Now the guy that plays Joe West is a very good actor. He's also in a musical. He can sing like a motherfucker.
Joe West is from Law and Order. That's his big thing.
He's also from the movie Rent, and he was also on the Broadway cast of Rent.
Oh, that too I know. And the Flash and Supergirl are both from Glee.
Yes. And almost every one of their characters is unknown. And
relatively.
Turns out to be perfect for their role, because when I went to watch The Flash, I was like, oh God, I don't think I'm going to like this guy as Barry Allen. He can't really crack the jokes. And they purposely made it to where he's not really cracking a lot of jokes because they want him to be serious. And I'm okay with that.
And he does a good job. I like him as Flash.
I'm kind of afraid to watch Justice League because, the guy that they have playing the Flash on there, I've been told really, really sucks as the Flash because he cracks too many jokes.
Yeah, the writing kind of screwed him over. He does his best. He really does his best with the material they hand him. But yeah, the writers did not do him too many favors. They overdid it a little bit.
The complaints about the casting of Miss Rose, there we go. Miss Rose said that she was baffled by the first statement posting on Twitter before she deleted her account, that she came out at 12 and spent the last 5 years being told she was too gay for certain roles. How do y'all flip like that? I didn't change.
The world around you did, Ruby Rose. So she's finding out. She's bumping right into the biswo right here. Like, this is like they've gone so extreme now. Like the left is eating itself so badly that it is now to a point where you're not lesbian enough is now a thing. That's how bad it is, and it's only getting worse. It's only accelerating. It's not slowing down. Think of this in the context of, again, Scarlett Johansson being booted off the trans man thing. You have
my question is why haven't they had a fucking shitstorm of Leonardo DiCaprio whenever one of his first debuts, he was playing a kid that basically had Down syndrome.
You mean What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Yeah. But nobody, everybody on set actually believed that he was that.
Well, he actually went and spent time with a kid that was like that.
Yeah, but they believed
his actual first role was actually on the TV series Growing Pains as a foster child.
Where the retard comes from is because he actually researched how to behave in that manner.
Yeah. And he spent time with the kid, and the kid loved him from Growing Pains. So it was like a dream come true for that kid too.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is, like, he had to play a foster kid. Well, why is it that DiCaprio was able to play a foster kid? Was he a foster kid?
Yeah. That's how stupid it's getting. Yeah.
But was Samuel L. Jackson a fucking snake specialist whenever he was on fucking Snakes from a Plane? Get fucking real, or better yet, just get fucked.
And if these people haven't actually watched these things, because I just recently watched for the first time Snakes on a Plane. And the only reason why I didn't watch it before is because of all the people making that one fucking reference. I'm tired of all these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. I didn't want to see the movie then.
Well, I am tired of these motherfucking minions on this motherfucking lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Dude, I hear you completely. I'm tired of, every other time something happens, they're like, no, it's not Maoist enough. No, it's not Stalinist enough. Yeah. No, it's not red Bolshevik genocidal enough.
Yeah, I get all of these people that I run for those that don't know, I'm a Dom, and I also run a video game channel. Cool. So I do have to kind of flip back and forth between the two, because it's like whenever I'm doing gaming, there are people that are like, dude, what's your rank, bro? What's your rank? Let me know what your rank is, bro. And I'm like, yo, like, first prove to me that fucking rank means anything. because
I love that shit.
I've seen people that walk up to me saying that they're Platt. I've seen them saying that they're the highest that I've ever went up against was challenge tier, and that's like the top 1%. And yes, I did get my ass beat by them, but like I said, that was the top 1%. Like, so, you know, if you unless you've ever actually went toe to toe with one of those people, you'll soon find after that that you are not anywhere close to what they can be.
Yeah. Now,
Right.
also, could put this in context as well. You see this in Marvel Comics as well, where they have a thing where, okay, we have Black Panther. Okay, we need him written by a black man. So that's why they bring in Ta-Nehisi Coates. That's why Christopher Priest, who wrote a very good Black Panther stories. Like, he saw Black Panther as more than just a black man, but he tried to write him as a character. Like, he did a lot of the world building of Wakanda to make it like a real nation as opposed to just a fantasy place. And he said that, yeah, when he tries to write comics, they want him to only just write about black people. And he's like, but I want to write more than just black people. Like, what if I want to write Thor? I'm a black guy. I can't write Thor? Come on.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Or fucking Iron Man, or how many times did the Green Lantern switch back and forth between black and white?
Yeah.
Actually, they're both. There's one of each.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll admit, I fucking loved the cartoon whenever Green Lantern was black.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Jon Stewart was
a great. He was fucking great.
Oh yeah. And like the thing is for me is, can you pull off that character? I don't care if you're black, white, Korean, fucking, I don't care if you're some redskin. I don't give a shit about that. Can you play the character? Can you be that person? I don't give a shit otherwise. You can be a transgender fucking unicorn that has rainbows coming out of his ass named Sparkles. I don't give a fuck. Can you wear the suit and can you be like, you know, the character?
Batwoman will appear on CW this winter during the annual crossover of the network series featuring the DC comic characters. A spin-off series starring the character is also being developed.
Yeah.
Miss Rose began her career in her native Australia as a model, TV host, and actress. In 2015, she joined the cast of Orange is the New Black on Netflix and appeared on TV screens in Pitch Perfect 3 last year and The Meg this year. She is also a recording artist. In 2014, video for her song Break Free explored her gender roles and what it's like to have an identity that deviates from the status quo, she said in an interview with Australian Cosmo. In that same piece, she described herself as gender fluid. Miss Rose joins the growing list of female celebrities who have been harassed on social media. The comedian Leslie Jones, who was targeted on Twitter because her role in the female reboot of Ghostbusters, which I never watched that movie. I'm sorry, there's only 2 Ghostbusters movies, and they both starred the real Egon.
Yeah, the real fucking Ghostbusters, not the fucking malice Ghostbusters.
The first and second Ghostbusters, and this is another thing I want to do a little rant on. All right. You guys had, and I'm talking to this on feminism. You guys had fucking MTV actors. You guys had Tim fucking Murray. you got or Bill. I mean, sorry. You guys had all of these things, and you had perfect, like, where you could have done anything with it. And you chose to deviate it and just completely sink Ghostbusters into the ground. No one's even going to look at Ghostbusters again for another like 10 to 20 years before they want to fucking reboot it. And you know what? I'll even give you guys the legwork. All right, I'll even give you guys the legwork, because here's what I was picturing that you guys could have done. And why I'm so fucking pissed off at Ghostbusters, because this is from a 90s kid that used to watch the fucking cartoon, okay?
Oh, I love the cartoon.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you. You could have had, all right, that was very unfortunate that the actor that passed away, that was
Egon.
very unfortunate.
Yeah.
But
That was
Howard Remus.
yes,
Harold
Howard
Ramis.
Remus.
Egon Spengler. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but what we could have had was in his name. We could have had a deal where the old crew is getting back together, but they just don't have what it takes.
Well, see,
Because-
that's what they did with the cartoon, The Extreme Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that worked. I like Kylie.
It worked great.
Extreme Ghostbusters, oddly enough, had a diverse cast, but it worked because you didn't feel like it was just token, because each of the characters was a character.
Yeah, they weren't fucking stereotypes. Like you didn't see
they
like.
still had Janine. They still had Egon.
And
then
what the fuck did you guys do to Slimer, you bastards?
Yeah, I know that I disagreed with. I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with Slimer?"
You guys used fucking what? Did you guys just recycle the shit that they didn't need on fucking who was it? What was it? Fucking
What did
that
they do to
mansion, haunted mansion, the Disney fucking deal with.
I hated that movie.
However, the hell they got fucking dude to do that, I don't know.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. I don't know how that.
Eddie Murphy's been doing Disney for a long time now, and that started after he had, I think, his second kid.
I mean, I'm saying that the graphics on that one.
You gotta remember that was the early thousands.
Oh yeah, but I mean, if you look at it and then you look at what we expect now for a blockbuster movie. Like I can understand B-rated movie, okay? I love indie movies. I watch a fuck ton of them, but I actually watch more of them than I do the big screen movies. You want to know why?
Because I can, better.
I can watch a theatrical trailer and summarize if they're going to do the right thing or not. One of the movies that I'm saying that they're doing the right fucking thing, Shazam. I am fully excited for that movie. Because they got the guy from The Hangover, and they pretty much put him as the adult version of Shazam, and the kid is like a fucking like walking like Spider-Man in the making with the way that he pops off his mouth and the way that he does his lines. So I'm like, oh my God, we got fucking Captain Marvel, ladies and gentlemen. We at least have something being done right. There is some fucking hope. There's some fucking hope. So please watch Shazam. I am going to make it a fucking point to, get that shit going in the box office. Tell them that is where we want our money in.
I really like the Shazam trailer. Yeah. The still photos for Shazam were like, this looks lame. But then the trailer dropped. I'm like, okay, you've convinced me to go see this. Good job. That's a good trailer.
I might actually go ahead and watch that because since all this DC Marvel show stuff started, I never watched any of it because my red scare senses started tingling, and I was like, yeah, they're going to fuck this shit hard.
No, baby, I'm serious. Arrow, perfect.
First two seasons.
Well, no, once you get past some of the bullshit that does happen, it gets better.
True.
Flash
I do like the last season.
I don't think that they placed the right person for Flash.
He doesn't do all the jokes, but he's got the right. The right body build.
Yes, the body build. That's one thing that I've noticed about
the right type of facial expressions for the conflict, emotional internal conflict that he's constantly having from keeping his identity from his friends and family.
Yeah.
He may not be the jokester that the Flash is, but the rest of it, I believe they got right.
Like the new Spider-Man ones, I think that they had Peter Parker right. Like I liked how
watched any Spider-Man since Tobey Maguire.
Oh well, the newer ones.
And the only reason why I like the Tobey Maguire ones is for Kirsten Dunst, who played a perfect Mary Jane, in my opinion.
Oh, if take a shot for every time that Tobey Maguire is staring off into the distance and he looks like he's about to take a dump.
I'll be dead. Okay, so Kelly Tran, who was also who played Rose in Star Wars: The Last Jedi, was driven off Instagram by racist and sexual harassment.
Bullshit! She couldn't handle the fact her character sucked.
Yeah.
One of Miss
That's right.
Rose's soon-to-be colleagues was also a recent target for online harassment. Grant Gustin, who plays the Flash on this CW series, was subjected to body shaming when a leaked photo of the actor in a new costume was posted and drew comments that he looked too thin. Mr. Gustin posted on Instagram, "I'm happy with my body and who I am. Other kids who are built like me and thinner than me should feel the same way." The character
He's the Flash. He's
Go
supposed
ahead.
to be skinny. He's the Flash. He's
Yeah.
supposed to be skinny.
Yeah, he's supposed to be because he has such a fucking high metabolism.
Yeah.
No. And another thing is that the Rose thing, that's all a bunch of shit. Her character was shit. That's not the actress's fault. But anything in the new Star Wars is shit.
Okay,
Yeah,
to these snowflakes that are wanting to manipulate show business, sweetheart, you guys, I just want to tell you, I wanted to be an entertainer since I was little. The thing is there's the reality of what you need to do whenever you're in that. You if you're wanting to be an entertainer, you have to also not only pick the right roles, but you also have to play the ones, even if you don't want them, you still have to play them. And that's a good segue into the way Ryan Reynolds with Deadpool. He was forced during the writer's strike. He was forced to do the Deadpool role. That he looked at it and he was a huge fan of Deadpool, and he said, "This isn't Deadpool." And they said, "Well, if you don't play this Deadpool, then you will never play. We will make sure that you will never play Deadpool again." And
oh, you mean for Deadpool too?
No. This was before then. This was X-Men.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
This was during the writer's strike.
Oh, when they did the fucking,
when they did that goofy Death Ray,
the Wolverine
Origins.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And
yeah, that was.
And he was fully against, them ruining his character. And the thing is these people that think that, oh well, the people just enjoy it. The people, and they'll love it because it has this brand. Sorry, but your audience is waking up. They came for an expectation. Like you guys fucking ruined fucking Luke Skywalker. All right. Like the character that Mark Hamill, he was essentially fucking Luke Skywalker. Like, and you're going to ignore him about his fucking character? Are you goddamn serious? And then not only that, but you're not going to flip shit over him being the Joker. No one's going to fucking do that shit because he was essentially the Joker. All the time.
In the Flash universe, he plays the Trickster, which is essentially the same fucking thing.
Yeah, and he does it so fucking well. Yet there's these people that they apparently have the money to influence this media, and they just turn it to just straight shit because they want to force feed us a fucking dialogue that no one wants to take. And guess what? You're going to for anyone that's doing this shit, you are going to destroy literally every single fandom that you come into because you're like a cancer. You will never be satisfied for anything. And it's sad. It's fucking sad.
The character of Batwoman was introduced to DC Comics in 1956 as part of a parade of additions to Batman's supporting cast, including Ace the Bat Hound, 1955, Batmite, 1959, and Batgirl, 1961. Part of the original impetus for the creation of Batwoman and Batgirl was to give Batman and Robin love interests. The growing ranks of DC comic heroes in their CW network have been notable not just for their high-stakes adventures and colorful costumes, but also for their LGBT representation, and for series that gave their characters lives not solely defined by their orientation. Established heroes include the White Canary, Katie Holtz, who is bisexual, but mostly, leans more towards women, and leads the Legends of Tomorrow, and Mr. Terrific, Echo Clennam, who is gay and serves as the scientific ally of Green Arrow. He's fucking awesome. I love him. Last year saw the introduction of the Ray, Russell Trovey, a hero from a parallel dimension who had an on-screen kiss with his boyfriend, Citizen Cold, aka Captain Cold from another world, actually from Earth X. The next season of Supergirl will introduce Nia Nal, a transgender hero played by Nicole Maines, who is also transgender and an activist. At Comic-Con in San Diego, where the casting was announced, Miss Mine said, "It seems only fitting that we have a trans superhero for trans kids to look up to. I wish there was a trans superhero when I was little."
Yeah, I mean that's part of the whole stupidity thing.
And I wish that these SJWs didn't go into my favorite heroine, known as Samus. Yeah, you guys, everybody was bitching whenever Anita Sarkeesian said that there wasn't a strong female role, but they didn't fucking look up Metroid.
Yeah. Well, we all know Anita doesn't actually play video games. She just rips off other people's footage and says she played it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Anita's just a fucking cancer. And
the reason why I bring her up is because I want people to watch her. The reason why I want to bring up her is because people do need to. Most people are like, "Oh, well, that's old news." Right. Anita, she's old news. Watch her because she just put $3 million inside of a charitable fund area, and I'm fairly sure that she's putting most of that into her back pocket in the name of charity.
Oh yeah,
well, I'm sure she is, because that's what a lot of these assholes do.
Yeah,
Clinton
Foundation.
Like, yeah. Every one of these assholes that's a pandering sack of shit, that's in the left-wing lunatic, like allegedly even far back as Bono, even allegedly, who was pushing the whole thing originally to try and help the world and shit. It's basically skimming a good chunk of those donations and putting it in their own pocket because they wanted personal gain. It's this illusional nonsense where it's like, oh, well, help me help the world. And it's like, no, I shouldn't have to help you help the world. We're all supposed to work together and help the world. And they're like, no, but Mao Zedong wants his money. And it's like, no, fuck that shit.
No, how about this? How about you tell us how we can help the world?
Yeah,
and then
I agree.
We will proceed if your ideas are good. That's the other thing, is these fake people trying to say the same shit that I'm trying to say about being a part of the community and being a part of this, whenever I'm the one that actually fucking believes in this shit. I keep saying every stream that I'm a part of, by the way, I'm going to go ahead and say it. If you like the content that you see here, make sure to support this channel. I say that every single time. The reason why is because my channel is for me. This is for their channel. So if you like them, I like them. Obviously, I wouldn't be here, right? So if you guys like them, and if you guys can't do that, if you guys can't donate, then at least give a like, give a subscribe. Let them know that they're doing a good show, please. Because no one's looking out for these independent creators anymore. Yeah, and we can see that with the way Marvel, the way DC, the way the fucking movie industry is moving. We are in a world now that is going to be controlled by these people that think that they can run the industry, but they forget that the internet never forgets, and the internet is the new thing. People are able to do movies now that should only be in Hollywood, but they're doing it on fucking YouTube. I mean, for fuck's sake, look at Magog.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Magog's a prime example of that. Yeah, that he's got great production quality. He's got a great cast, and even a good buddy of ours, Weebs, has joined in, and it's absolutely hysterical. I love the work he does. I like the networking he has. I like the little side quest game thing he does. It's great, and it's great to have people like that. The thing that pisses me off is that regular guys like Magog and the rest of us used to be able to do regular shit like this, but now they want to fucking control everything. YouTube's like, oh, well, we don't like you because you're not, you know, a part of the greater cult of personality, so we're going to throw you off, you know?
Yeah.
You know,
And,
if you're not fucking line, they'll throw you up. That's why Alex Jones and InfoWars ain't around. That's why Louder with Crowder's getting tapped on the shoulder now. You know, that's why now, literally, for me to be a fucking comedian, I basically have to go hang out with a bunch of goose steppers and crack jokes because I can't be a comedian on YouTube. I can't be a fucking, you know, regular stand-up comedian because literally if I try and do my own type of Mind of Mencia, Dave Chappelle show type of thing, they call me, you know, racist, homophobe, neo-Nazi, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, but those are my punchlines. I'm making fun of the goose steppers because I think it's funny. And they're like, no, you are one of them. It's like,
all right,
oh,
here's a good example of that. Comic book industry, since we're talking about comics, you know, the early, I'm gonna go to Superman. I'm gonna go to Superman, all right? Because Superman is, if you're thinking comic books, you think Superman, right?
yeah.
All right. Well, let me tell you a story of whenever they were. It was the good days, you see. It was back whenever radio was the main course of entertainment. Whenever you could light up a good Winston cigarette with bold flavor. Well, there was a man that wrote the Superman stuff, and then one of his buddies was in the KKK.
Mm-hmm.
And what he decided to do was there was such a huge surgence of these people, the, you know, KKK doing whatever they're doing. So the man that was writing for every episode, they were going up against the KKK. Superman was fighting them.
Oh, yeah, I love that. I actually thought that was really cool. Yeah.
And so what the really, really awesome part was the guy joined the KKK specifically to find the password to get in. And what he would do is after he would get that password, the very next night, he would make a show of like one of the deals was Saxon, and then the password was Anglo. Well, Superman is knocking on these KKK members' door, and then you know, they get duped because they're the villain, and you know, Superman reigns supreme. And it got to the point that these guys that were going to the KKK club said, you know what, I don't want to be a part of this group anymore. My kids are cheering Superman to kick our ass. You know, I don't really want to be a part of this. So
it's funny.
Yeah, they did that, but the way that this creator did was he influenced it. Now, YouTube is now taking the power of influence and satire away from the platform. And like to me, doing this type of stream, like I do this full time now. I had an allergic reaction to the factory that I worked at, and I can't work there anymore. I loved the work. Like I'm not one to not work, but you know, I can't work there. So I decided to try and pursue what I've been wanting to pursue since I was little, and that's you know, being a part of like YouTube and broadcasting and live streams and stuff like that. And I got to say, there's people that were in the military for 2 tours, 6 years, that say that that this is one of the most stressful things that they have ever done. The reason why is because there is no guarantee of a paycheck. There is absolutely no guarantee that you're going to be paid for anything that you do. You could do 4 or 5 hours of work and get paid for none of it. And that's including writing things and everything else. So you have to not only be to be the perfect YouTuber, you have to not only be shelling out videos, you also have to be talking with your media. You have to be in like 4 or 5 different places at once, and then not only all of that, but you also have to make sure to do live streams every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I do try and do live streams every day. And it's actually this SGW bullshit is the reason why Burnside and I are dressing as Harlequin and the Joker for more. and he has a speech about SJWs ruining animation and comic books.
And sectarian
awesome.
violence. Yeah.
I hope I didn't take any of the. I'm sorry, I was just ranting. So
Oh, it's dude,
No,
it's
no,
good.
that's fine.
Go for it, man.
Yeah,
It's all good.
Yeah, I'm
we're
dressing
right
as
behind
Harley Quinn because the last I haven't read any of the Harley Quinn comics.
well, talk to my
only-
buddy. Talk to my buddy Don. He did like a perfect. Are you a part of my Discord?
No, you can send me a link.
Yeah, totally. Because there's a person that I know that makes like props, and he does it like out of paper mache and stuff. He's
I
really
love working in paper mache, dude. I like
he made a full life size like a fucking like you can stand next to this robot, and I thought that was fucking awesome.
Oh, that's so cool, man.
Well,
Like,
see, I love Harley Quinn.
But he
And-
makes the hammer. That's what I was going to mention. Go ahead.
Awesome.
Oh, that is so cool.
But I love Harley Quinn, and I loved her dynamic with the Joker in the animated series.
Yeah,
and,
awesome.
Yes.
They didn't have him being violent towards her exactly in the series. I mean, he was somewhat verbally
manipulative
abusive and verbally abusive. But in the comic books, he gets really abusive with her. And I think that's because, at the time, there were SJWs trying to say, hey, he's actually a very cruel man. And I'm thinking, no, he just doesn't realize that he found the right woman.
No, what they were doing there was they were pushing the boundaries. Now, the narrative that I enjoy of the best narrative that I enjoy for Harley Quinn and the Joker, and it also later makes her resurgence for independence a lot better. And that would have to be whenever. Have you guys played Arkham Asylum?
Unfortunately, I have not.
Okay, in the Arkham series, in Arkham Origins, it shows the Joker, like he gets beaten, like he tries to jump off to kill himself, and he's basically doing it to see if anybody would save him, and Batman saves him, and he's like, out of anybody that out of all of the hatred and everything, why would he save me? And so he becomes obsessed with Batman. But during this time, he's locked up with Harley Quinn, and she's counseling him, and she asks him about the night that he did like all of the stuff that he does, and then he goes, "Oh yes, I've met someone very special," and he's saying about how all of this has led to this all of his life has led to this moment and everything. And in all reality, he's narrating about Batman. But Harley Quinn falls for it, thinking that it's her. And that's the narrative of the Origins game. It gives the narrative that he's overly obsessed with Batman, and he gets to escape because she is infatuated with him, and she gets manipulated into helping him escape because she falls in love with him. But in all reality, he's wanting Batman.
Gotcha.
Which I think that would resurface her independence, because she goes, after a while of him being used to her doing everything that she's told, she says no, and then he goes, what, kind of thing. Like, I think that shows a very strong female. That shows a very strong female role. And the reason why I say that is because you feminists don't know how to fucking write a strong female role to save your goddamn life. But that's just me talking.
I mean, come on, look at what they're doing to She-Ra.
Oh God. Oh, and also the other thing about those people going, oh well, we don't like having Barbie because because it looks so perfect and that makes everybody want to look that way. Bitch, look at He-Man. You think all of us
one
can
of their
do
main
that?
things is their main thing, you know, because they're like, oh, you're just mad because she doesn't have titties. I don't give a shit if she's a member of the itty bitty titty committee.
Yeah, there are tons of fucking characters that don't have tits that are women that fucking kick ass.
But what gets me is that the one that Noelle Stevenson drew looks like fucking Hank Venture in a cosplay costume.
Yeah. Oh, and also Silea came in. Hi, little Silea.
Yes.
Hello. Y'all were in deep conversation, and I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, I just wanted to. I've been ranting because this is the only time that I've actually been able to rant about comics and shit. And I've been waiting for somebody to hit that button on a live stream for a little while, because there is a lot that I can rant about in film and comedy.
Oh, you can ask Burnside. Most of my personal streams, I have one that's about the whole She-Ra bullshit. We were doing a stream one night. It was an after hours, or it was a Terra's board thing, and it was Masked Knight that sent me the information about this new She-Ra, and I was like, okay, this entire stream is turning into She-Ra. Fuck no, this is not She-Ra.
Yeah, I saw that. I left like I actually shilled that too. I remember that. I was like, hell yeah, share that shit.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. Like here's the thing I basically have. I'm gonna try and do my best Mark Hamill with this, just to fucking nail it in. The problem that I have is that I was told for the past several years, while I was in college and while I was working at my dollar store and what have you, to try and just get enough dollars to survive, that I was a great, outstanding comedian, and that I should try and blend a little bit of stand-up comedy with what I was doing with the 3D animation field I was going into. But you see, the problem is, just like most other people, I have an allergic reaction to lawsuits and lawyers and the like. So what wound up happening is that in order to avoid those, I had to be very careful with whom I was cracking my jokes with, because the sad thing is, people try and say they're part of this rights group or that rights group or something, but they're just using it as a proverbial meat shield. That's why LGB is LGBTQZAP something, and so on and so forth, and everything is some type of neo-Marxist, humanist, totalitarian something. And you know what? All across the political platform, I love to make jokes about that. I make jokes about Nazis, communists, even my own anarchists and shit. And
it's because you're black, ain't
it?
Well, you know what? I'm not going to lie. When people taste
I'll tell you this, I don't
chicken,
eat black men, so you know, Mr. B is all white meat.
He's totally black. You can tell it.
I don't
know what? I'm gonna get Patrick Little in here so that way he can name the Jew.
Go for it, by all means. I love cracking jokes on them too. My own mayor is Jewish, and I hate the shit out of him because he uses it as a meat shield, just like the rest of these people. He's not actually Semitic. He's just an asshole. And quite literally, because I am so friendly with my fellow gangsters that live in the neighborhoods around my area, whenever I cook barbecued chicken, they wonder if I'm actually in disguise. Because I make it so fucking good, their mothers have to ask me politely for that recipe, and we start trading off soul food and chicken. And it's great, because I get along with people. But thanks to this new resurgence of sodomites, I literally have to go and do diplomacy with every other organization that's against them to try and get them on peaceful terms. And the good thing is, because of that, I now, in a weird sense, have a platform I can do comedy off of. It's just strange because it's like, oh joy, I'm hanging out with a bunch of goose steppers. I'm cracking jokes about goose steppers. They're not sending me to the gas chambers. But hey, at least I don't have to worry about lawsuits. But how strange and insane is it that I literally have to make alliances with other people in political parties just so that I can have a fucking comedy platform of any kind, or crack jokes, because that's how insane the world is. I can't just go. I mean, I could try, but I mean, God forbid. I go to my own city and I wind up on the fucking Sun-Times because I cracked a Jew joke or some shit about Rahm Emanuel. Oh, shit. You know, I can barely get the fucking building I work in inspected, or clean because there's work orders and authority and approvals and all that bullshit. If I were to go to a regular open mic night at a regular venue that doesn't know me, and I were to just do what I'm doing right now and crack a whole bunch of jokes, you know, I'd be sued. I'd be thrown out. My whole family would be getting phone calls because the thing is, they don't like the joke.
I'm sorry, Burnside. Why the hell are you being a poor man's Vincent Price right now?
And this is your own damn fault for living in fucking Chicago. I mean,
I'm trying to be Mark fucking Hamill, Irving, and I don't know. Am I doing it right?
no, man.
Right.
Mark Hamill is fucking anymore. No, my major bitch.
Real quick. My thing about, I was saying I don't date black men. Richard Art says, well, when you go black, you end up a single mother.
Oh,
Yeah, usually you do. No, but my major bitch about movies is, first of all, can someone teach those fucking useless ass twat waffle actors how to actually use a fucking firearm? None of them can. None of them can. Every time I see somebody in a movie dual wielding pistols, I want to smack them. That's ineffective. It doesn't work in reality. Also, please reload on time.
Hey, John Wick did a fucking amazing job at doing that.
And the movie Equilibrium had great fucking gun kata.
Okay, I shoot people for a living. Okay,
I know.
Okay, I know my craft. These people don't, and it irks the shit out of me when they don't reload properly.
you know,
It irks the shit out of me. You cannot optically track two targets at one time.
You guys are fucking needy. No, not
The
you guys.
The body just can't do it. It's just, you can't take one target, one eye, aim down one set of sights on a pistol, one target down the other. It doesn't work. It doesn't.
no, like you can't fire by sense of smell, right? It just doesn't work. You've got to eyeball your sights and your target, and you can't do that with two different, one in each hand. It's not going to happen.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
The next 6 minutes came in saying, who is this? Irate Bearside?
I was trying to do my best Mark Hamill. It's one of the few Joker voices I can do, unless I do like one of the other crazy cartoon ones. Not the one that was Mark Hamill, but the one where he had the goopy green hair and giant red eyes. I don't think it was Mark that did his voice, but it was Brave and the Bold, I think is what it was called.
Okay. I have another question. I know Nano and Tyro, and Tara and Birdside. I've known you guys a long time. Who the fuck are these people?
Okay, we have Vash.
I'm Vash the Token Dark. Ooh, I see a bottle. What kind of bottle you got?
Oh, it's a dirt bottle. It really is a terribly inexpensive scotch.
But what's your flavor though? What's your poison?
Petey.
Nice.
Anything Isla, baby. And bourbons.
Yeah, I like whiskeys and rums personally.
This is the only thing I could find in my province because I'm in Canada, if you hadn't noticed there.
Oh, well, you guys have some decently imported, you guys have some nice imported beers, though.
Oh, for sure.
You guys keep the good shit for yourself, though. I have to go all the way over to Canada. Whenever I was up in New York, I had to go all the way over to Canada just to get the beers that I wanted.
Damn.
Assholes.
Right, but we also pay 50% of the entire price of our alcohol is tax.
Yeah.
And that's why this is a $30 bottle that you would probably, somewhere in the States, if you could find it, pay like $9 to $12 for.
Well, fuck. Shit, is there a way that I can mail that? Like, I'll just fucking mail you a bottle, man.
That's too kind. Too kind.
But I'm Vash Lancet, the Token Dargan. I play video games. I'm kind of, new to the YouTube stuff. And, I do BDSM stuff and politics. Pretty much, I'm pretty much a jack of all trades, master at none.
Video games, BDSM, politics. You've basically covered the gamut that can occur on the internet. Good job, man.
Yeah, like I mean, I talk politics, I talk BDSM, and I also like to speak about religion and stuff. Like there's a lot of people like that I've gotten good with, like Unholy Mole and stuff. Like they were like, oh yeah, so are you an atheist? I was like, I'm kind of agnostic, but yeah, I do assume, like I assume that there is no God because there hasn't been anything that's, you know, I've seen personally. Like I haven't seen a giant hand come out of the sky and go, Dash, Dash, you will do my bidding. Like I haven't seen that shit, so
I'm Irving Quinn. I get far too drunk and then scream into the abyss. So,
all right,
Irving, we also have with us little Silea, who is on the Deviant stream.
I think I've seen this one in the chats occasionally, and then see Wolfie berate her.
Yeah.
Real quick, Vash, Richard Art asks, what is a Dargan?
I am an interdimensional draconic species known as a Dargan.
I think he's just being slangy with dragon, the same way that this one chick that I was trying to date was like, I really like the Durgs, and what she meant was drugs. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I figured out that dragon is copywritten. So
No way.
So I then went with Dargan, and then that was copywritten by a LARP group.
What? Okay.
So then I said I'm the token Dargan, so that way I can possibly sell T-shirts and somebody won't knock on my door going, "Hey, buddy, you owe us like 10% of your revenue."
And as a side effect, you can claim a status in the Oppression Olympics, right? Because you're a token.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect,
And I also smoke like the mage Pontius. So
I don't know what that is, but trust me, that guy wishes he looked like me.
Like he's the okay. What that's a nod back to one of my live streams called Metal Token Dargan Plays Metal as Fuck. And one of them, I made the Paladin, which is the head character, talk like this. He was all about justice and his god named Fuck. And I had the mage who they already labeled as a stoner. Like he smokes herb out of his pipe, so you know it's very, very fucking easy to tell. And I made him like this, man. Yo, man, let me get ready. Okay, I'm so blessed right now. I'm so blessed. Let's do this.
So blessed.
I love it. That's funny.
And Irving, we also have Sparky's Tech Corner.
Yeah.
Who's this one?
Sparky's Tech Corner.
Hello?
I don't think they're alive.
They do tech stuff and tech accessories.
So maybe you can tell me
shit,
my CPU is running at 100% every time I open fucking Wondershare Filmora.
Ooh, I can help you with that. Look up Google CPU at 100, and then it'll tell you like certain things that you can like lower the priority, and then it'll make it down to like 80 to 70%.
I tried, I was trying to do a video for like 4 hours now, and that's why I gave up. And I was like, oh, hey, look, Discord, I have a message, and I jumped in here.
Awesome.
OBS works just fine as long as I get 0 audio. Then everything else is okay.
It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too. But let me tell you, Sarah, this is what happens when you don't have proper topics.
No, that's fine. Actually, we did our main proper topic, which was about Ruby Rose being Batwoman.
Like I was saying though about content creators, I've seen people that have done 2 tours in the military and say that this was the most stressful job that they've came across, and they were gamers. And the reason why, and I'll go ahead and name drop one of the streamers that I listened to on that, and his name's Neace, Neace. He used to be a big deal on League of Legends. He would coach master tier people. and stuff like that. But he said, like, this is the most stressful job because you don't get a confirmed paycheck. Like you don't you don't get vacation. You can't go on a hiatus without having some sort of content being pushed. Like if you're not live streaming, you better be making videos, and if you're not making videos, then you better be live streaming. And your audience will always want you to do that. And the thing is I personally am in love with the job. I love doing what I do. I may not like playing like fucking League of Legends every goddamn night, but I like it because I like playing the game. I like figuring out, like, okay, well, we're gonna lose because of this, and then we proceed to lose, and I'm like, you see, this is the exact reason why. Like, and I enjoy it because I like seeing progress in others. I like teaching others something that they want to be passionate about. And I don't get really let's see here. Let me check my Patreon real quick. I got $23 this month. So
That's more than me.
Like I said, that's something. But what I'm saying is, in the grand scheme of things, it's and the other thing is now I'm going to be spending $10 to a charity. I still haven't figured out which veteran charity I'm wanting to do. But because I did promise.
Help out our buddy Anti-Hero. He's needing to get out of his parents' house. They're getting ready to evict him.
Well, 10% of my proceeds on my Patreon go to charity, and I've said that since I've started, because to me it's like.
Well, he is a veteran.
Yeah, but it has to be a recognized charity. A 501c.
But what I can do though is I can ask other people to help them. Like that's another thing that I can do.
Okay, just so you know, the link is down in the description.
Okay, I'll definitely because like I said though, like there's like for a guy to be a gaming streamer, if you're wanting to do it as a professional. Like a lot of people are like, oh yeah, all I got to do is just turn on and go on stream and everything, and everything will be fine. No, you're coming at it at the wrong angle, because the moment that you flip that screen, the moment that you turn on that stream, the moment that you are playing that character and going up against another person, you have to be better than 95% of anyone that's coming at you.
I don't. Okay, I'm gonna say there's two things.
Or you got to be funny, like Robin Williams.
Oh, yeah.
You've got to be either the best at the game or among the best at the game, or you've got to be entertaining, and that can be different things to different people, right?
Yeah,
like Mingles with Jingles.
Because
he's not the best at anything.
Look at PewDiePie. He's literally the biggest YouTuber there is, and he's not particularly good at video games, but people think he's entertaining.
Yeah.
What kind of names are these?
I know, right?
Yeah, but like what I'm saying though is, for like just a person that's like a Twitch streamer or someone that's wanting to just do games, you have to not only be publishing a video, but you also have to be doing your regular live streams, and you also have to pay attention to your patrons, and you also have to make sure to talk with the fellow creators and stuff, so that way you got the connections to do more stuff like in the future and stuff like that. Like there's so much more to being a content creator and a YouTube creator that most people don't see. Because if you look at those bigger YouTubers like PewDiePie or Markiplier or just like any of those, normally you'll see that there's like an entire team behind them.
Oh yeah.
That you don't see.
Well, sure, but they didn't start that way, obviously.
Oh yeah, they didn't start that way. We all have to eat crow in the beginning.
Yeah, he's saying that like when you get to that point where you can actually make something of it, you literally have to have a well-oiled fucking machine. There's no shortcuts for anything. You literally have to put your nose to the grindstone and run it like 1,000 miles an hour with it, because it's outrageously insane.
All right. Tyro had to leave because he was kind of dozing, which it's about 1 o'clock in the morning, so that's understandable.
Yeah.
The night, Tyro.
Peace.
Good night, buddy.
I myself, yeah, it's very late here.
But yeah, I'm even after this stream, I'm still doing like a 3 to 4 hour stream.
Jeez.
Cool.
Do you sleep?
That's me playing League of Legends.
Okay.
Nice.
And it's an open mic, so if anybody wants to join in, they can and talk about whatever they want to, because there's a lot of dead air.
Honestly, I don't understand the appeal to League of Legends. I think the game is shit.
Poor man's data.
It used to be a good game. Whenever they were starting out, a lot of these companies that I see, and I'll also tell you the reason why I stream League of Legends specifically. Because for one, a lot of these companies, whenever they start out, they are about the community and they're about getting their community together. And then they eventually become industrialized to where it's like, fuck the community. They're still going to take whatever we throw out at them, And that's what you see in film. That's what you see in gaming. That's what you see in all of these different companies. Like EA used to be the bomb. It used to be the place to go whenever you were a game developer. Now they're microtransactions and dissolving people. By the way, EA, I will never, ever forgive you for dissolving Visceral Games and deleting that fucking Star Wars that I fantasized about and was on the hype train about. Yeah. Hey guys, you like Dead Space? Yeah. You got like Star Wars? Yeah. You guys want to see the Dead Space staff make Star Wars? Fuck yeah! Dissolved. Yeah, fuck you, EA. But
as long as they put out a new Need for Speed, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously games like Call of Duty and shit. Like, they do there's obviously going to be that niche where there's games like that, like racing games and NBA and stuff like that. And that's where EA started. But the way that they industrialize, they forget about the little guy. They forget about the individual fan. They just look at them as numbers. Like, that's one of the things that I personally hope not to fall into that trap doing this type of stuff, is because I actually stay awake longer than I should. Like, just hanging out with everybody that's like, dude, I'm a fan of your work. Awesome, man. Well, just hang out with me, man. Like, let's bro out. What do you want to talk about? Like, you're able to talk to the person that you enjoy, so, talk with me. Let's spend some time together. Like, that's what I've done with every one of them. And I started out like 86 subscribers from 3 years ago. And then it was like I had gotten a numbers ran, and it said that it would take me 6 months to gain 100 subscribers. I am now at 220, and it only took like 2 to 3 months.
Well done.
Yeah, I was just like, hell yeah. But I know that it's not me; it's the people that are behind me. I'm not. I'm trying to make sure that they know that I'm not looking at it like, yeah, I'm doing this. No, because it's the people that go, we believe in you, that make it. Because without those, then what do you have? You just got a guy that's funny on the internet that can talk shit.
Oh.
Oh shit! They know Burnside.
But it's I didn't mean for this to get that deep, but
no, that's fine.
It's a really fucking stressful job doing this type of stuff.
Now I'm semi curious. When you say the people behind you, do you mean like your viewers? Or
yeah.
Do you mean like you have? Okay, all right.
I don't have any sponsors, and the thing is I hope to not get a sponsor, unless of course it's like a product that I enjoy, and then I don't mind selling. But like other than that, like I'm not going to have someone try and pay me to to say something about some cause that I don't believe in. And
and real quick, Bash,
uh-huh.
thank you. You were my 95th subscriber.
You're welcome. I thought I subscribed, but apparently it didn't.
You know how YouTube is. They like to unsubscribe people so that they subscribe again.
Yep. And I gotta say, I got 220 subscribers. You guys fucking subscribe to this channel. Make it over 100. She deserves it.
Aw,
come on. There's got to be 5 more motherfuckers that are listening to me that can actually do that.
I'm just checking the chat right now. I got 6 watching. If 5 of you aren't subscribed, I don't know why you're here at this point. But yeah.
Only 6? What the fuck is happening? I added everybody. Where is everybody?
7. There they are. Hello.
Where the fuck did you guys go?
Now,
Dargonites, assemble!
because like at one point I had the backing of, say, much larger YouTubers, and some of them have sort of disappeared off the internet now. But they really did help me out and got me a decent amount of subs and shit, and just by sharing my video, right? And basically saying like, yeah, no, you're an asshole, but you're the good kind of asshole. And it made a big difference. And but now, yeah,
like for me, I don't personally, like, I have a huge amount of knowledge. I used to, whenever I was little in middle school, I was reading college psychology books. Like I was learning because it was just my thirst to learn.
Yeah.
And I never really got to be social outside of that. And then I went into film comedy classes and stuff like that. And then I went, you know what? I mean, like, I personally don't see the value of all the knowledge I have, because I haven't had anyone say, you know what, we could use this in a job. Go ahead and do this. I've had, can you hang chickens every 3rd shackle? And I'm like, hell yeah, I can. You know?
But as an adult, you understand that there's value to both things, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And that's the thing, is that's why I try and keep telling anybody that listens to me that, hey, I used to work at a factory. I know what it means to do a hard day's work. And I'm also wanting to try and have my own farm in the near future as well. That'll be self-sustaining. But that's just the thing that I want to do.
That was part of the video that I didn't manage to fucking make tonight because, goddamn, all my fucking programs are failing me. As long as you're willing to fucking get your hands dirty, sweat, maybe bleed a little bit, you always are self-sufficient. Mm-hmm. Right? Someone's willing to give you money if you're willing to sweat and maybe bleed a hair, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you can take care of yourself. You have a value. All right, and
but I mean, it's like what I'm saying is like there's a lot of people that try and negotiate. There's a lot of people that try and negotiate. Like, okay, how much should we pay you? You know, how much should we do this, like, per hour? How much are you worth? And I tell them, like, because I've worked 6 years in the food industry, and I've worked my way up from being, like, just a regular prep cook to doing the fry, doing saute, and eventually doing the grill. And I'm like, well, I don't know, Like, some people have given me $15 an hour, and some people have given me $12 an hour, and it was the same fucking job. It's one of those things. Like, I personally don't know my value, but I know that other people will eventually see value in me, and I will become valuable.
Sure. It's a weird place depending where you live, right? Like, I mean, minimum wages versus living standards and cost of living and shit, right? But I mean, yeah, if you're a proper adult, and that's at the what's it called? I don't want to say.
Oh, why don't you roll one?
Yeah, I'll roll one.
Oh, what? No, sorry, I'm talking to the.
Yeah, no, but I'm listening. I'm not going to say man. I'm going to say adult because you know what? I expect all adults to be self-sufficient at this point. Why? Because I'm a Western boy. Right, born in the Western world, and you know what, woman, if you can't take care of yourself, I don't know what good you are to me. Right? So let's say person, all right, if you're an adult person, you'd better be able to take care of yourself. And that might mean rolling up your sleeves and getting dirty, getting sweaty, right? And sometimes bleeding a little bit to pay the fucking bills. But you know what? We all have that capacity. And there's very few things that prevent us from it. Like if you have some sort of serious disability, okay, I can get behind that. But if you're like a average person and you can't fucking dig holes or lift boxes and shit, it's like no. Something's gone very wrong in your life. You know,
yeah,
that you can't.
I've seen that.
Oh, I've seen it too. I see it all the time. Because I'm actually a trainer for a fairly large company. And I teach new hires how to do the job safely and well. And yeah, it's like there's so many people that are just like unable to do this kind of work. And it's like, this isn't even a lot.
Oh, dude, I had the same thing when I worked at the dollar store, man. You'd be surprised how many fucking retards can't do that job as simple as it is.
Oh man, like the thing is though, is I'm on the other side of it. Like I'm the one that, like, yeah, I understand all of the things that you're doing. I got all of the orders. I know all of the paperwork. I'm doing all of the shit that you can throw at me, and then some. And then the person goes, "Yep, let's not let's not let him go into a management position." And okay, I've already said what state I'm in. I'm in the state of Arkansas, so it's a little bit backwards down here. If they don't like you, they're not going to promote you. It doesn't matter how hard you work.
Pretty much, if you're not fucking your sister, you're not part of the community.
Yeah.
Not so much, but it's Arkansas.
Yeah, I mean, like it's just like it's a very, very nice place, like landscape wise, but a lot of the people are fucking ass backwards. Like one of the places that whenever I worked over at Taco Bell before, like I was making tacos because I couldn't find a decent line chef job. So to make ends meet, I decided to do that. And like I'm sitting there, folding all these tacos and stuff, and the dude beside me that's supposed to be training me that doesn't even know, really how to train because all he has is the idea of the taco in the bag goes to the window. Watch the order. And it's like, all right, thank you. Like, you didn't tell me which places. You didn't tell me, like, all of the, like, when to rotate what, Like, whenever I was trained in one of the first times that I was trained in a cooking industry area, they were, okay, the shrimp is in here. You got to make sure to rotate that shrimp every, like, 6 hours or so, like, shit like that. And they would tell me, these are the labels, this is all this is where you go and get this, and shit like that. This person, now what I want you to do is look up on that screen. Now you gotta make these tacos, and you gotta do this. You gotta make sure to put lettuce and cheese. And I'm like, yep, lettuce and cheese. I get it. Like, basics. And he goes, do you believe in God? I said, no, not in the same way that you would. And he goes, oh, well, then do you believe in the devil? I just looked at him. I said, do you believe in Harry Potter? And he looked at me just stunned at my statement, and he goes, "Well, no." I go, "Oh, then you must believe in Voldemort."
That's
Needless
funny.
to say, that pissed him off, and I had to do dishes. But
well, no
like,
offense, you did kind of deserve it, but I'm sure you were thinking to yourself, worth it.
yeah, I mean, I didn't mind doing the dishes. Hell, I don't have to talk to anybody, and all I got to do is just fucking scrub all the dishes that they bring in. It's a fucking job to me. I get paid to stand, listen to music, and fucking wash dishes. All right. That's the thing, is I make the best out of any job that I do. Even if it's like the factory that I was at whenever I was hanging chickens. Guess what? I was talking shit to everybody that was in there. Like there was there was the people that I was hanging with, and I was like, my hands hurt. I want to go home. And these are people that we did 40-hour work week together. You know, we're all there and we're all doing it, and we all have to. And like, so they look over and he goes, my back hurts. And I'm like, this chicken's too cold, and we'll all just start laughing, because that's the thing, is they wanted me to be, the workers there wanted me to be one of the line leads and stuff because of how I would do that, and they were like, man, it's just not the same without you, because like I had that allergic reaction. I literally could not breathe in that work environment anymore. So I had to quit. That, and they were using my vacation days even though I gave them a doctor's note, which kind of pissed me off. Yeah, what did you do for your vacation day? I went to Disney World. What about you? Oh yeah, I was sitting on my fucking toilet worshiping the porcelain gods. Yeah.
Sorry, it's not. I wasn't laughing at you.
Oh, no. Go ahead. It was a joke. So, but it's the thing is that's the other thing about comedy, is it comes from reality. Like it comes from actual, like Charlie Chaplin said that in order to know comedy, you have to know suffering. And Charlie Chaplin was one of the best ones to even know that because of all the shit that he did for the film industry.
Well, and maybe I'm more a fan of Monty Python than Charlie Chaplin, but John Cleese had said, that comedy always comes at someone's expense. Right. It costs. It's you're making fun of something. You can't avoid that. Even if it's yourself.
Yeah, and a lot of the comedy on the show after a while became literally the one guy, I forgot his name, being drunk all the fucking time.
Hey, that's what I'm here for.
No, not you.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, that's what I'm here for.
I mean, they were literally he played King Arthur in the Grail, and they were literally having to when they were at the grassy knoll next to the castle with the Frenchmen in it.
Yeah.
What you couldn't see, or if you listen hard enough, you can hear it. John Cleese is literally telling the man his lines because he was so fucking drunk he couldn't remember. And then he still fucked up the lines. That's why literally in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, you don't see a lot of King Arthur. It's because he was off getting drunk.
Yep. Like that's the thing, is like it's a lot of things. Like I take some of that like out of my life, and even though yes, I think that was wrong. I think that they should have given me a medical day and said, all right, yeah, you can't come in, because I physically could not come in. Couldn't come into work. Had a doctor's note. Here, I paid $46 for this doctor's note. You got a vacation day. Fuck the doctor's note. And it's like, oh, gee, thanks. Yeah.
So they completely wasted your fucking your vacation and
yeah.
Acted like they were doing
and you know what? I was still happy to work for them. I was still doing their job. Still smiling, doing exactly what I needed to do, working as hard as I could.
I miss working. It's just, seriously, I'd kill people.
But that's the other thing was I also, speaking of kill people, I also tried to join the military. Got medical discharge, scoliosis.
That's what I wanted to do today to a couple of customers.
They scanned my back and said, you have multiple fractures in your spine. I was like, oh, okay, cool. All right, give me some ibuprofen. Let me keep going. No, you're a hazard to yourself and to others. Dead man's profile. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you know, military can be picky, but
well, I mean, it's just that's just kind of a journey. Like, you know, trying to find a good job and stuff. It's a journey, but you have to start somewhere.
Exactly, and I'm having a little conversation on the side here with our boy Rich, and I didn't mean to be condescending in that other one, Rich. You know, he says he's 16. He'll take any job that will help him jumpstart his animation career. And you know what? I said wrong. Take any job that will pay for more supplies. Okay? No work is beneath you. Get your hands dirty and pay your own way, no matter what it takes. He says okay. And I tried to clarify a little bit here. Artists put their blood, sweat, and tears into their work. Capitalized. Do the work, and success will be a side effect of that work, right? And you know what? Yeah, Chaplin's not wrong that you have to suffer a little bit, and even if that suffering is doing a shit job that you don't like, but it pays your bills, it buys your fucking charcoal and paper, right? Yeah, pay for it yourself, and you'll appreciate it that much more. You worked for it, and you're working, but if you can find that kind of job that is your passion, you'll never work a day in your life, okay? Once you start getting paid for your art, this is a very artist thing, too. If you can get paid for that, yeah, no, you suddenly, you just get passionate, and suddenly money's coming to you, okay? So don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Don't be afraid to fucking scrub toilets if you have to.
Yep.
Okay? It's not beneath you. It's going to pay for the thing you love. And that thing you love is worth it every time.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
doing this shit, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got with that factory job, I got myself a 55-inch 55-inch TV. I've got like a PlayStation 4, Xbox One, all of the games that I wanted to do Let's Plays on. But I was working on getting the last components of that, and that was editing software, the laptop that I have now, and I was going to build a computer tower and a game capture program like that can capture the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Nice.
Cool.
You see what I mean? You're willing to sweat and bleed a little bit for the thing you love.
Yep.
You know? And they're not always the same thing. And sometimes you got to sacrifice one thing for the other.
Like being a comedian, if you're working on that factory job, those people are fucking miserable, all right? Mm-hmm. They are. They are. It's a miserable fucking job. You get fucking chemicals splashed onto you all the fucking time. You get fucking you come in dry, but you go and you leave that factory fucking soaking wet, you know? And then you have to rinse yourself off there, and then you proceed with life. And then after that, you got to do it all over again. By the time you get home, You are too tired to do anything. Whenever I was doing that factory job, I couldn't even pick up a controller. I couldn't play League of Legends like I liked. And you know, I couldn't do any of that. And that was fine because I was thinking of that end game. You know, and once I have all of this and I have my office built and everything, then I'll be able to do what I'm wanting to do. Because I'll have everything at my fingertips to do it. And then, you know, my story was just a bad rep because I wasn't able to do the job that I loved doing long enough. Like I said, I enjoyed it because it wasn't the work that I enjoyed. It was the people that I was interacting with, the jokes that I was going, the laughter that I was getting out of the people, making sure that they could come in and go, you know what, this job is shit, but boy, is that fucking Vash funny. Like, goddamn, I saw him, like, he bitched out this one dude and told him to get the fuck off of his line and told him to go and make boxes, and then he started hanging. Whoo, man, like, you know, like there was stories like that. There's stories that I called this one dude a fucking bum because he went on. Okay, there's these places, then they're called hangars. And this is whenever the chicken are dead and, you know, they cut off the feet and everything. And, you know, this is about to be cut up to be, you know, sold and boxed. And they're whole birds that are icy fucking cold that you have to hit every fourth shackle. So you have to hit one and the shackle's moving. You're not. So there's a conveyor belt that has all these chickens that you have to shackle. I was hitting one and skipping every other one. I was going that fast, like boom, 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 boom. Whenever you're supposed to go boom, 1, 2, 3, boom, 1, 2, 3. I was just going at it, going ham.
Chickens, dude, that's an awesome job.
Yeah, that was the job that I loved to do because, you know, it was a workout.
Punching
it was
chickens.
That's you got me 2 more subscribers.
You hang them.
All that raw salmonella, yeah, that was fantastic.
But you hang them, and they're about 5-6 pounds each, and you're hanging them. The main thing that sucked was it was cold.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, your fingers, you will be able to go out on a break, put in your money, get a can of soda, and it will feel Luke fucking warm. That's how cold your hands are afterwards. Like, and you're like, okay, is this cold? So you touch it to your face. Yeah, it's cold, you know. And it wasn't for me. It wasn't the work. The work was never the problem. It's never been the problem with the work. It's always been like, you know, yeah, there's the work. Okay, that's cool. But the thing that pissed me off whenever I called this dude a bum was he jumped up, he hung 5 or 6 of them in a row. Which, yeah, that's something you know, impressive. You know, and he continues to say, "Oh yeah, I could do this for about an hour or 2." And it's like, all right, well, that's impressive. Well, the reason why people liked to work on my line was because I would hit every other one. I would ask one of them, I go, "Hey, your hands hurt?" Because I'd see them wince, and I go, and I'd start hitting every other, and I'd tell the person next to me, "Keep up, give this guy a break." And we would be hitting every other one. We'd hit one and skip one, both of us, and we'd fill up that line. And the guy that looked up, you know, and he just kind of rubbing his hand and stuff, because we aren't allowed to stop. If we're cold, we're not allowed to stop. You know, we're cogs in the machine. You work in a factory, you're a fucking machine. You work. That's all. And like this dude just decides to pull out his fucking phone and start texting, and then puts his phone back and hangs like 3 or 4 birds, and then pulls out his phone again. So I said,
you can't really do that at a factory job, man. You can do that in like a job where I'm at, security, where you're like doing fuck all nothing most of the time unless shit goes haywire. But
so what I did was I said, "Hey, hang." And he goes, "Who the fuck do you think you are?" Basically. And I went,
Mhm.
and I looked over at the people that, now mind you, these are people that I've been working beside for months,
Mhm.
and I've gained their respect because of the shit that I've been doing like that. And I
Mm-hmm.
held up my hand, and they stopped. And then I looked back over at him, and I said, "We ain't hanging unless you're hanging."
See,
Mm.
you're kinder than I am, because let me tell you, at work, if this shit ever happened to me, I would handle it differently. And in movie theaters, I have somebody pulls out their phone in the movie theater, and I stood. They were in the back row, and so was I. And they pull out their phone, and I stood up, and I started walking towards them, and I said, "I'm gonna take that from you, and I'll give it back to you at the end of the movie." They shut it down and put it in their pocket and did not pull it out again. I
Yeah.
never.
But
That's
this guy was apparently like, like a nephew of a bigwig, So
Oh,
he
cool,
thought
cool.
he was entitled, and
No,
the reason why he was up there was because he heard that the people. Also, by the way, I didn't get the pay increase for this, and I didn't care for it because I was one of the floor people, but I would hang whenever they were short. But he heard that the hangers would get an extra 35 cents an hour. So he wanted to hang, but he didn't want to do the work. So I called him a lazy ass bum, and that all he's wanting to do is stand around and get paid. He got to the point that he was like, "You want to throw at me?" I go, "Dude, I'm 6'3". You're like 5'2". Like, I know that short people can whip ass, but dude, you better bring your fucking lunchbox. It's gonna take all day. Like, I mean, like, I was trying to get him to swing at me so that way he would get fired because everybody was getting tired of his shit.
But let me tell you, nephew or son or whatever, if they're starting in that kind of position, that's an uncle or dad that actually respects the work. And if you walk over to a guy like that and you just fucking slap the phone out their hand, that's going to get back to the uncle or father or whoever, and they're going to think highly of you.
Yeah.
All
Like,
right?
I flat out called him a fucking bum.
Oh.
And like, my line leader and everything went up, and like, one of them, like, I'll go ahead and say one of them was my mom. She goes, "What's happened?" I go, "Get this guy the fuck off my line before I go off." And then she went, "Oh well, I'll handle it," and walks off. And she starts talking with other people about it. And whenever I went off, I see like a couple of the blue coats in the background. And they're just kind of peeking in through a different door. And I see one of my line leads just laughing his ass off at what I said. Just like, he's just like smiling, grinning ear to ear. And these people know him, like the guys that I worked with. The meat lovers, not the meat lovers, not the taco. The taco is the one with the crunched up Doritos on it.
Sure.
But yeah, these guys are people that I've worked with that are visiting me right now. They still hang around me because we became friends and shit. Like one of them, yeah. Like he used to work at it, and his hand was hurt too much. Oh, it was your back too. But yeah, it's like like there's that type of stuff. Like I know that because of how I work, I know that the work isn't an issue.
Yeah.
Like I know that I do good work. I just don't know how much how much actually my work is worth.
Here, see, if you're selling yourself short, as far as I can tell, you know what your work is worth. You know that you're worth paying your own way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like I've told my crowd, if I'm making $1,000 a month, just doing this, and that's the revenue that I have in my pocket, and I'm able to pay all of my rent. With that 1,000, that would mean I could pay my rent. I could make sure that I'd have food, and I can, I can survive. I may not be able to buy video games or anything, but I'll be scraping by, and I will be happy just doing that, doing this content and making streams and stuff.
One day, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, like that's what I'm trying. Like Lady Wolfheart, the one that I'm with right now, we're in a open and poly relationship, S&M type stuff. Oh yeah, very much so. But she the reason why I actually quit that job was because she saw that I couldn't breathe, and I was wanting to still. This is coming from a person that like hurt his ankle, kept walking on it, looked at it after he got his boot off, and it was about the size of a Granny Smith apple, and still wanted to go to work. Like so,
I respect that, man.
She was going. No, you're gonna. I was like, I'm not ready to do my live streams and stuff. And she goes, well, I'll make sure to work this job and handle the bills. I want you to do what you're passionate about. So now I'm trying to make it in the YouTube biz.
Cool, man. Yeah, I like people that have a great work ethic, because I found that people that have a great work ethic are usually more often than not good people. I'm kind of the same thing, even though I'm streaming while I'm working right now, but I get my paperwork done, I do my rounds, I do my check-ins, I make sure nothing's broken, blown up, or what have you.
Yeah.
Shit. So they cut me a little bit of slack for it, And the thing is, the rest of the people in my company are, a bunch of nig-noggin sodomites, They fuck off on the job. They get hired because they're entitled.
Oh God.
Yeah,
meritocracy over fucking nepotism.
Yeah, pretty much. So then,
did anybody know the Burges? Like which ones? It's the fucking Catholicism. The fucking black priest, or not the black priest, but the black pope. Like, he wasn't actually black in race, but he was a fucking he was a fucking asshole, and he created this whole system of nepotism. He's basically the founding fucking father of America before America was even discovered because of the system that he created.
Interesting.
I could argue that, but I would say that TJ and the Amazing Atheist, they can argue it better on Deep Fat Fried.
Vash, did you see what put in the side chat?
Yeah, it's 2 subs. Awesome. I'm not happy though. It's not 5.
I would help out, but I'm already
Come on, guys. So. You guys can get 5 people just to hit the subscriber bar.
I could unsubscribe and resubscribe if that would help.
You see, that's at least making an effort. That's at least making.
I'm trying, right?
Come on, it's just as easy as just fucking talking to somebody. You know what? Get 1 more subscriber. Try.
Hey, so
get one. I'll tell you what, Vash. I don't think I am subscribed to you, so I'll tell you what. Because my phone does tend to be a pain in the ass, if you could have someone Discord your channel to me, and I will subscribe.
Give me just a second. I'm about to post the link again.
Okie dokie. Because side chat doesn't work too well with me on the phone, but Discord DMs should always work. That's the one thing.
Oh yeah, just I'm on a shit ton of Discords. You can just friend requests, and then I'll give you a link to my to my Discord.
Yeah, you still haven't sent me one either.
Oh,
because I think you're in Deviant.
Yeah, Vash, you hadn't sent me one either.
Silia, yes, I have. Don't you put that voodoo on me. Even Cabbage kept doing that. Yeah, I was removed. I don't know why. And I'm like, dude, I know that I gave you like 3 or 4 of these, motherfucker.
Kiddos, this is my last drink. I'm going to bed soon.
Your last one?
Nano, what's that?
I said your last one?
Yeah. This is the last one. I'm done.
That's the last one before you refill it. It kind of
Oh.
looks a little bit more empty.
Yeah, pretty deep.
And it needs to be a little bit more filled up, you know.
Don't tempt me.
The problem is that Irving has to pay twice for liquor what we do.
Oh, you know what? Hey, can I see a couple of those bottles over there? Just the generic stuff like the moonshine and everything. Go ahead, hurry.
This is fucking shameful. Look at this.
And that's a $30 bottle in Canada.
Yeah,
Golly.
32.
That's
Isle of
expensive.
Mist, yeah.
Like,
it's not terrible. It's the only thing you could find that has remotely peaty for $30 in Ontario.
Hey, the Jack Dan, keep on. I'm doing a gimmick. Damn it. Okay. Oh yeah, I totally don't have hold on. I gotta get my I totally don't have all of these, you know. Totally don't like all of my.
Dude, that's a whole bunch of liquor bottles. Holy shit, that's awesome.
Actually,
if I can get 100 subs, I will do a live stream at More, and it'll be a live stream of me and Burnside kissing.
Woo! But I'll go ahead and.
I did send you a friend request.
Awesome. I will respond to it whenever it's not piled up with all the other people that are messaging me.
Okay, no worries.
Okay. Now, you wanna know what I usually have, and that would be.
I don't know, but hold on, motherfucker. Great goods, I win.
All of these bottles.
None of those bottles. I seriously doubt that those bottles compare to this. That's
Bash, it's saying that the invite is invalid.
The invite's invalid.
Yep.
Oh, nice. But yeah, I only threw like $200 and something for the bar.
Yo, yeah. I mean, come on. I'm in Canada, in Ontario, of all fucking places. All right, we're talking about quality of liquor, not the price.
Oh yeah, these are good quality. I mean, Bird Dog's a decent whiskey. I got Old Smoky on moonshine. I got Everclear down there. I've got obviously ever drink Bailey's from a shoe, and I got Watermelon Pucker. I've got.
You haven't drank until you've had a Southern Serpent.
I got 360 vodka, 6 times distilled, because I don't really like the. If I'm going for vodka, I'm not wanting just potato water. I want some good vodka. I want to taste if it's French or if it's fucking Russian.
Well, if you haven't had a Southern Serpent, you've never really drank anything truly bizarre.
Yeah.
Because of the active ingredient in a Southern Serpent besides whiskey.
What is that?
Oh, that's 3 drops of cobra venom. Melt from a cobra into the shot glass.
I'd love to give that a try. Not gonna lie.
The only place I've found you can really have it is in Burma and Thailand.
Is the venom hallucinogenic?
They say it puts hair on your chest.
I mean, fuck.
It's a Asian machismo thing.
Okay, all right. So it's literally meaningless. I know too many Asians with no hair on their chest. Oh, whoa, did I cross racist lines? No one's laughing at that? What the fuck?
Well, I mean, I thought that might be why there were so many hairy-chested Burmese in the Burmese military, but you know.
Oh, cobra venom. All right. Okay.
I don't know. I personally thought it was just the way to make anybody that was new drink something potentially dangerous.
What's that other thing they do in Africa? Fucking half cocaine, half gunpowder.
Oh, I don't know what the fuck. You want to snort shit up your nose? That's your fucking business.
Well, I'm just saying they do it though, right? What? And there's a word for. There's a name for it.
Oh man, don't maybe Google.
All right, all right, there we go. Okay, my mic's working now.
All right, everyone. It is 3 a.m. So we're gonna do the shills.
Yeah.
We have Vash.
I'm Vash Lance at the Token Dargan. In a few minutes, I'll be on live and I'll be playing League of Dargan. You can watch as I destroy people's pride on League of Legends and also surprise people by telling them I'm on stream. That's pretty much all I've been doing.
No, but I'm sorry, my Google or whatever crashed. It's called a brown.
There it is.
All right. Burnside, are you there? No, he's doing his rounds. Irving Twin.
I'm Irving Twin, the angry drunk Canadian. I should have had a video out tonight, except all my fucking recording programs are giving me trouble. So hopefully I can get it done tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and yeah, Tara, thanks for having me.
Not a problem. Nana Reaper.
Hey, I'm Nano Ripper. I ain't really got anything to show tonight, so have fun.
And of course, there's Burnside. You can find him on GabAI, BitChute, Discord, YouTube, and Twitter. He's supposed to be doing the next installment of Backline, episode 6, I think it is. And he's eventually going to work on my Eagle video, the fucker. And of course, I am Tara Sin, your favorite cyber bitch. Please, I just need 3 more subscribers, and I will do a video, a live stream at More, which is in September, and it'll be of me and Burnside kissing. If I can get 100 subscribers. So, like, share, subscribe, and, don't do anything I would do, which means pretty much don't do anything. Good night.
Don't burn the house down. God forbid you make me happy.